Hey,
What?
do you know which life path is the most popular in Cyberpunk?
No. What is it?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
You know that football player from the UK?
No? Who?
Kyle Yusuf.
Kyle Yusuf.
That is not very nice, dear.
It's Nomad, followed by Street Kid, followed by Corpo.
Cyberpunk 2077 offers players not one, not two, but 3 different types of origin stories. 3! Can you believe that? No way! Plus, with character customizations and dialogue choices, the Night City skyline is your limit. Hooray! Yeah, no. It's a linear story. It means you have no control over the story and can only experience it. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of like going to someone's house and they're like, make yourself at home. But you can't really kick back and put your feet on the table or take your pants off or demand you get included in their family health insurance policy. Yeah, they don't do that. They're simply hosting you. You're a guest. Oh. V is a rookie mercenary looking to make it big in Night City. And right off the bat, we can see that Jackie and Victor are major supporting pillars in V's life. They truly care for V and share a close bond. Now, V is a playable character in a video game and a victim of bad production, so their personality is comparable to my dad's presence in my life. But despite that, V does have some base personality traits that can be observed throughout the game. V is condescending, commanding, and has this icy confidence, probably because they have the skills to back it up. Throughout the game, we see them bring down legends and whole organizations, all while fighting to survive. V is not the type to shy away from a challenge, even when the odds are stacked up against them. V is a certified badass. And who certified them? I did. V also has very low tolerance for clownery and has a punishing attitude towards mistakes, even if it's just human error or a freak accident.
But chill, V. We'll get out alive.
Tell Bug, why don't you? Maybe she'd still be alive if we hadn't been so gung-fucking-ho.
Don't take this out on me.
The origin stories are supposed to play into this, provide an explanation as to why things turned out the way they did. Problem is, they're all unique, and V exhibits different personality traits in each of these origin stories. Which makes sense because different backgrounds. Not all Vs were created equally. So you want to be a rugged nomad, or a savvy street kid, or a cutthroat corpo. Well, too bad. There's only one V. The unfortunate truth is that the origin story does not affect the main story or V's personality. The only thing it can do is set you up for the main story. And as somebody who's only ever played the game as Corpo, I think I'm perfectly qualified to tell you which life path does this the best.
It's Corpo.
I was just getting to it.
That sounds like a you problem.
Why?
Payback.
Yeah, it's Corpo, but let me explain why. Starting off with my least favorite life path, Street Kid. It is one of the most visually pleasing intros in my opinion. It is exciting, cinematic, and we get a nice look at the street scene of Night City. And the story is very well written. There are so many strong elements like Pepe, Kirk, Padre, detective stints, and although quite green, the friendship with Jackie is organic. You feel really connected to these people and get a sense that you're a part of something bigger than yourself. You are family. And this reflects in V's personality. They act with reckless abandon, especially when it comes to friends, because they know you mess with V, you mess with Haywood.
Do I look like a priest that runs a charity to you? You borrow Eddie's, you gotta pay him back. With interest. It's common fucking knowledge. You suggesting I let a flaky cunt who can't keep a deal off the hook?
No, you let him off because it's me asking.
Huh, you know me. I'm a man of the biz. So I need to know what I get out of it.
Know what, Kirk? I sometimes get the impression you forget you aren't from around here. Pop into Haywood for the occasional visit, sure. But you live far, far away in Pacifica.
What are you getting at?
Getting at, you probably need to think before you start something with a local son.
V's personality here does not exactly align with what we see in the game, but I would have said screw it and chosen this as the best life path if it wasn't for all the false advertisement. They make Padre out to be this underground Don figure who has some serious pull with the Valentinos, and just Night City in general, but the guy could not be more of an NPC.
Maybe we can also work together again. Take ourselves back 2 years.
He still talks like he's all that.
Gotta go.
So go with God.
How about you go with these nuts, Padre? Sorry, couldn't help myself. The main story pales in comparison. Street Kid V is just as disconnected as any other V, especially after the failed heist, when V is left to fend for themselves.
I don't have anybody left in my corner.
This intro is so far removed from the main story that it now needs a visa. Next in line is Nomad. Personally, the concept of Nomad doesn't tickle my fancy, but I assure you, that did not influence my decision. It is the story. It does a terrible job at introducing players to the Cyberpunk universe. Here, I can put it in one sentence. Planless Nomad trying to find a job in Night City, only to get scammed several times. Okay, 2 times, but that's still too many. We do not get a good sense of V's upbringing, nor do we get cool insights into the Nomad culture. We barely get a glimpse of Night City or even the surrounding area. And the friendship with Jackie is just so painfully inorganic. It's like, hey, I know I plan on completely screwing you over, but after I saw you miss every single shot and be a total jackass to me, I have decided to welcome you, a complete stranger, into my home. That being said, the Nomad intro has one of my favorite V personalities. Nomad V is independent, practical, and has this sort of a humble confidence that can only stem from being unbelievably self-aware. They are empathetic and rather accepting of others' shortcomings.
Are you nervous?
Me? Well, maybe a little. Hey, border crossing up ahead. What now?
Nothing. They'll scan us and check our papers.
Okay.
I'll do the talking.
But this is not the V we see in the main story, and the friendship with Jackie makes no sense. So I have to eliminate this life path. And finally, my favorite and of course the best, more accurate life path for V is corporate. Is it as cinematic as a Street Kid intro? No, but the story is gripping. We get an insider view of the corporate world of Night City. V has a high-pressure, high-stakes corporate job and has several people working under them, so there is no room for hiccups or incompetence. V themselves is a highly capable and driven individual. V is like a machine. Everything around them is purely there to boost their performance.
I have my AV waiting outside. It's yours to use. And don't disappoint me.
They have a personal life coach, for crying out loud.
Your heart chakra looks a little out of whack, babe.
Trust is a luxury in V's world, but they seem to trust Jackie.
This stays between us.
Por supuesto.
I'm serious. This thing, it could ruin me.
So could I. You do realize who you're talking to, right? The guy who's done this before. Remember what happened in Mexico, at the border? I keep one word.
I know, you saved my ass.
Their friendship seems to have withstood the test of time, and Jackie shows genuine concern for V. When V is completely stripped and has their life overturned, Jackie saves their life and gives them a new one. And because of this incident, Corpo V has more of a reason to mess with Arasaka than anyone else. Now you tell me if this is not what we see in the game. So yeah, it was sort of a surprise that Nomad was the most popular choice. I guess your parents didn't love you enough or something, or maybe loved you a little too much. Anyway, that is my take. Feel free to dispute it in the comments or in court. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care.